What's up, everybody? This is John with the Unpaid Gamers, another Car Thoughts video. I'm not wearing sunglasses today, so that's a little different. I had them in another car, and I didn't feel like getting them out before I left this morning. So I'll need my glasses anyway because I'm getting old as dirt and can't see. So I have some cabling and stuff to do today. So anyway, need to be able to see. But I want to do a quick video. I finally wrapped up Gotham Knights. Really underrated game that's gotten a lot of hate, and I hate to see it. I did my first impressions of it, streamed a few hours of it, and I've already talked at length, so I won't get into too much. But just to kind of summarize, like going in, I really wanted it to be like an Arkham trilogy game, and it wasn't that. So combat wasn't nearly as satisfying. Just that level of polish and awesomeness and stuff that those trilogy games had, this didn't have. So immediately I was disappointed. But I'm like, okay, there's got to be something good here. You look past some of its little frame rate issues and shit like that everybody's complaining about, and I just kept playing it. I'm like, I'm gonna play it till I like it, and I don't really do that so much, like force myself to like something. But I wanted to keep going because I seen some potential there. I liked the idea of what it was doing. I just thought maybe if I could push aside my preconceived notions and stuff like that I would learn to like it. And I was right. After a little bit, it didn't really take much. I'm like, okay, it's important to know what this game isn't, and just look at it for what it is, and it's a really great game. Pretty cool story. It's not like groundbreaking or just, OMG surprise awesomeness, but it touches on the Court of Owls stuff, and I was at the same time going and reading the Court of Owl comic series, and it was very cool how they incorporated elements from it, and it's not like a retelling of that by any means, but it's just kind of a it takes place later in a timeline, and those elements are involved, and there's things from the comics that are brought forth to the game. So that was pretty cool to see some of those things, and it wasn't a crazy long game. I didn't do like all of the side stuff. I did some of the side missions. Like, it's pretty cool. They incorporate like the rogues gallery and stuff to a certain extent. Certain things kind of come up, and before you know it, you're dealing with the Penguin and Harley Quinn and Clayface and fighting the Court of Owls stuff, and like it really, the way a lot of that's integrated and kind of plays off of each other, it really feels like a Batman universe, and they pulled that off pretty well. Now I think all of that side stuff, other than like there's kind of some main points in the side missions, but other than that, a lot of it is just kind of like crimes throughout the city that you go stop. You go to a place, beat up some people, and then you're done, and that crime's solved. And sometimes it's like you got to get so many of them in order to progress. Kind of the main side mission storyline stuff, but it's not like too much though. It's not like some open world games to where it's overwhelming, but yet it feels like there's quite a bit that you can kind of go down and do. I didn't like the I understand why it's there. I'm not shitting on it. I couldn't get into it, and it's the fact that all four heroes like level up independently. So you can switch between all four of the knights at any time. It's just, it kind of sucks when you are doing, it doesn't ever, like, there's parts that feel a little grindy, but it's not really that bad compared to other stuff. Now, if I went across all four characters, I would probably feel the grind a whole lot more. But just kind of naturally playing how I wanted to play. I would level up. I just played as Batgirl the whole time. I switched around and tried some of the others, but her fighting style and moveset and everything was just how I wanted to play the game. So I just stuck with it. And at a certain point, it got to where I upgraded a lot of her stuff, got new moves. I could navigate around the city, and it felt like a step back when I would switch to like Nightwing and try that out. And it's like I don't really feel like doing grindy mission stuff now for him to get him to the same level as I was naturally progressing with Batgirl. So I feel that being kind of sluggish, and I don't know what the right answer here is. I mean, it might feel too cheap if they shared the same experience pool or something and leveled up at the same time. I don't know. I just didn't enjoy that so much the way it is. But it's cool that you can just pick whichever one you want to play, and you don't have to play the other characters if you don't want. So I really just essentially played it as a Batgirl game. Only played as her, and she would interact with the other heroes and the cutscenes and stuff like that. But for the most part, for my purpose, it was a Batgirl game. And again, the storyline was pretty cool. I enjoyed it all the way up to the end. I didn't really feel like it was dragging out so much. The last mission, it got a little like, go to this area, fight the same bad guys, go to this area, fight the same bad guys. And I felt like that was getting a little bit too much. But, it's fine. It wasn't too terrible. Didn't last that long. And it was kind of the only part of the game, of the main story, that I felt that way. Other than that, I kind of just enjoyed doing the stuff. So I hate to see that the game got so much hate, because it's really good. For what it is, it's really good. So if you like Batman stuff, if you like just DC Universe and that style of game, give it a try. Maybe not pay full price if you're on the fence about it, or if like the 30 frames a second is a big deal for you. Maybe I know it's been on sale a couple times already. I think it's currently on sale. So maybe just catch it on a cheap sale and go from there. So I wrapped up that. I was going to start playing God of War Ragnarok, but I don't know. I didn't really feel like it right away. And one of the other reasons is because it's kind of a longer game. Not terribly long, but if you played the first one, it's a semi-open world. Like, there's lots of missions and side mission stuff, and I don't know, it was out of my choices that I had my mind to start playing, that I wanted to play through, of new titles. It was one of the longer ones. So I opted to start playing the Callisto Protocol instead first. And because it's just kind of like a 10-hour game. So I feel like I'll move through it pretty quick and then be ready to play something else. Probably God of War after this. But so I streamed some of that as a leisure play last night, or yesterday. And I played a couple hours of it. It's cool. It's cool. I don't know that it's. I don't know. I really hate to see mediocre reviews all the time for games that aren't just gonna blow you away. And I don't think this will necessarily blow you away. However, it's got potential here. The game itself is very atmospheric, very gory. You come across the enemies, but kind of sporadically. But I feel like if if it was filled with much more enemies, it would be kind of too much. It'd feel overwhelming, because you're already kind of managing resources. I'm playing on the middle difficulty, default, whatever that is, and I'm managing resources. I'm managing health. It's pretty difficult. The combat system is a little strange. It's all really with the analog stick and the trigger. So you can hold down to block, or you can hit left and right on the analog stick to dodge. And you can't ever dodge like the same direction twice. So like an enemy's coming at you, you hit the analog stick to the left to dodge. If they go to attack again, you can't hit left again, you have to hit right this time. So you're essentially just going left, right to dodge. Now, that seems very basic, but again, like there's kind of a lot going on. You're pay attention to that stuff. You got a few other powers in there, so I feel like anything super complicated would, it would just make it a lot more difficult. So I don't see too much of an issue with that, but I could see maybe based on very simplified battle mechanics like that maybe people wouldn't like it as much or feel as gratified. I like it for what it is. I've seen I think IGN scored it like a 7, and I see people review bombing the PC experience for performance reasons. So whatever, I haven't played it on PC, so I don't know. I'm playing it on the PS5, and I feel like it's kind of another one that's getting review bombed. Like I don't know everybody's experience or if everybody the comments on something that's played it, but I'll see some random comment about I hope Dead Space is good because Callisto's a wash, or Callisto sucks, and I'm like, did you even play the game? Like maybe they did, but I feel like it's kind of it's the next target in the toxic gaming community. So not as much as others. It seems like the people that I listen to regular and kind of value what they say, they seem to be liking it. So that makes sense to me. But presentation-wise, like it looks great. It uses Unreal 5 engine, so the graphics are top notch, very impressive. And like there's times where I'm watching, I'm like, man, this looks so good. Again, incredibly gory. You have lots of different death animations for yourself, and if you follow the game, there's some controversy there because like they had included a season pass which includes additional death animations for your character when you die. Now they insist it's not cut content from the game, so whatever. I don't know. I don't really have an issue with that. If you follow kind of the game development anyway, they talk about that kind of thing. Like they would just kind of keep coming up with ideas and like, hey, can we fit this death animation in the game? And I feel like they probably just kind of kept going and past the cutoff and came up with more, and then they're like, well, we'll just include it in the season pass. So I don't know. I don't have an issue with that really, but again, I don't think it's a super long game, so I wonder like longevity wise once you kind of complete the campaign. I know the season pass comes with additional story DLC. I don't think they've talked much about that, and then it has like some other survival modes and stuff. So I feel like for those people who like those kind of things, there's potentially some good replay value there. But combat wise, it feels really solid. It's a good use of the PS5 haptic triggers and stuff. Use like this kind of like stun baton thing right now as a melee weapon, and it's mostly melee combat. You do have a gun of sorts, very limited ammo, but you do have one of those. And but the stun baton, it's really cool. Like it uses the haptic feedback triggers and stuff. So like you really feel like the shock and the stuff as you're swinging this thing and taking out these enemies. And like after you use it a couple times, like right away, the trigger gets harder to pull. I always love that kind of stuff. And I don't know, it feels really good, like the combat and stuff. So you're doing this melee combat and you're lopping off arms and cool shit like that. So it's very interesting from that standpoint. It looks great. The atmosphere is really cool. It can be very alarming at times because I'm playing it with the headset, and you'll hear just like random. I'm at Walgreens. I don't know if you can see. Let me get a drink before I start going. I'm playing with the headset, and like you'll just hear random shit over to the side that really, like, is there an enemy there? Is there not? Sometimes there is. Sometimes it's just atmospheric sounds. And I don't know. It's very Dead Space like aesthetic. I'm without a doubt, the similarities with look and lots of things about it, including the director of the game, being one of the co-creators of Dead Space and all. But I'm not really trying to compare it to that. But very cool. It's a very cool game. I'm looking forward to get into it more. My biggest complaint, and I've heard somebody else saying it, and I was like, yep, it's one of my pet peeves. And you find audio logs in the game, but you can't play them while you're walking around, and it gets on my nerves. Like, you find them, and you have to go into a menu to play them, first off. And then when you leave the menu, it stops. And it really sucks with how they do this game. Like, you can't... it doesn't pause. Like, you can pause the game, but while you're refilling your health, while you're in your menu, the game's going in the background. So, like, I don't know. I think it would be better if you could move while you're playing an audio log, since you can't pause the game. So, like, you're stuck in this menu, and like you might get attacked and stuff. I don't know. I don't really care for that. I'd like to see them fix that. The combat's fun, but it is tricky. I'm having a hard time getting the timing down, because I feel like, especially when there's multiple enemies, they'll come at you and it's like, did I hit left or did I hit right last time? So, like, you're encouraged to kind of keep track of that. And I'm not really sure, like, if it resets between enemy. Like, there's times where I think that creates a little confusion. I would like just a regular dodge button, perhaps. Because I'm having trouble with that. I'm having trouble getting some of the timing down. I'm making it through it, but I feel like I'm wasting a lot of health packs and not doing as good. But overall, it's really cool. I like it so far. It's a cool game. I don't know. I mean, everybody feels differently about the value of $1. So it's a $70 price tag for a next-gen version of it. So, watch your videos, do your research, see if it's something that you're going to be unhappy with or enjoy. Because, it's kind of a steep buy-in. And for on the surface, just kind of 10, 11 hour game, I don't know, you might want more content there. Those other modes and stuff, like I mentioned, that are coming in the season pass. The season pass is $30. So, they're asking for a lot of money from you. Not saying it's not worth it. I'm not saying that. Just do your research, see if it's something that's gonna be a good value for you. Right now, though, I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to completing it and seeing where it goes. The story is engaging enough so far, and like I said, it's a very, very great looking game. So it's a showcase in that sense. But anyway, that's my first impressions of it. That's what I'm playing now. I may play something kind of, at the same time as this, or I might just try to see it through. Sometimes when I play like intense games like that, I don't like just playing them all the time straight through. I kind of like playing a couple things, and if I'm in the mood for something lighter, not playing such an intensive game. So I don't know if I'm gonna kind of split that up. Of course, there's other things that I'm still playing with, Call of Duty and NBA 2K and stuff like that. But as far as narrative-based games, I don't know if I'm gonna kind of do a couple at a time or just stick with this until it's done. But for now, that's what I'm playing. I may stream some more of it and see where that goes. But check into it. Do some videos. Do some research. Don't just listen to what everybody else says. See if it's good for you. If it's not, then it's not. But you know, watch some stuff, make up your own mind, and keep a lookout. I always stream more stuff. So that's it for this time. More videos coming soon. Who knows what they are, but there'll definitely be some. So till next time, see ya.